Hello my dear student, I am Professor Devashish Bose, Head, Department of Criminology and Forensic Science, Dr. Hari Singh Gaur Vishwavidyalaya, Sagar, Madhya Pradesh. Today I am going to present a lecture of BSc first semester on the unit Introduction to Forensic Science and the topic Police Organization Part 4, which has been jointly prepared by myself and Mr. Rajendra Prasad Pawar, a PhD scholar and a UGC SRF at Department of Criminology and Forensic Science, Dr. Hari Singh Gaur Vishwavidyalaya, Sagar. So let's start by taking a look at what we are going to learn today. In today's lecture, Module 1 will be the introduction, Module 2 will be National Investigative Agency, Module 3 Central Bureau of Investigation, Module 4 Bureau of Police Research and Development, Module 5 Research and Analysis Wing, Module 6 National Crimes Record Bureau, and Module 7 will be our conclusion. So let's start with Module 1, our introduction. India in the recent year has proven to be one of the strongest country all around the world, and the availability of different intelligence agencies, or we may call them unarmed police forces of India, is constituted as or considered as the primary cause for it. These intelligence agencies are taking on a major role in supply of data and securing the land from a figure of factors such as war, terrorist activity, Naxal activity, and lots more, gang wars. These all kind of things, they are saving us. They are providing the vital information. How we can modernize our system, how we can modernize the police force, how the prison could be reformed. So this is all we are working on. Every country has his own intelligence agencies which are securing the country from terrorist activities and other activities. One can define intelligence agency as a government-owned agency responsible for collecting information, analyzing information in support of law, security and other objectives. Intelligence agencies plays a vital role for maintaining the internal as well as external security of our country. Some of the most functioning and powerful unarmed police forces, or we can say intelligence agencies, and their constitutions, objectives, organizational structure and functioning is described here briefly. With this, we come to the introduction part of this lecture and now move on to Module 2. NIA is a central agency established by the Indian government to combat terror in India. It acts as a central counter-terrorism law enforcement agency. The agency is empowered to deal with terror-related crime across the state without special permission from the states. The agency came into existence with the enactment of the National Investigation Agency Act 2008 by the Parliament of India on 31st December 2008. The National Investigation Agency aimed to be a thoroughly professional investigative agency matching the best international standard and to set the standards of excellence in counter-terrorism and other national security related investigations at the national level by developing into a highly trained partnership-oriented workforce. NIA aims at creating deterrence for existing and potential terrorist groups and individuals. It aims to develop as a storehouse of all terrorist-related investigation. It is working for in-depth professional investigation of scheduled offences using the latest scientific methods of investigation and setting up such standard as to ensure that all cases entrusted to the NIA are detected, ensuring effective and speedy trial, developing into a thoroughly professional results-oriented organization upholding the Constitution of India and the laws of the land, giving prime importance to the protection of human rights and dignity of the individual. Developing a professional workforce through regular training and exposure to the best practice and procedures. displaying scientific temper and progressive spirit while discharging the duties assigned, introducing modern methods and latest technology in every sphere of activities of the agencies, assist all states and other investigating agencies in investigation of the activities of all the terrorist case, build and share a database on all terrorist related information, study and analyze law related to terrorism in other countries and regularly evaluate the adequacy of existing laws in India and proposes the change whenever is needed or required, to win over the confidence of the citizen of India through selfless and fearless endeavors. So, my dear student, this NIA is very important organization, and you have known what is the main motto and motive of this organization. They work against the terrorism, and the main aim, you know, is to build confidence, because all the terrorist infested state, they need to build confidence within the local people, within their citizen. So this is their primary work. With this, we come to the end of module 2. During the period of World War II, a special police establishment was constituted in the year 1941 in the Department of Wars of the British India to inquire into the allegations of bribery and corruption in the war-related procurements. Later on, it was formalized as an agency of the Government of India to investigate into allegations of corruption in various wings of the offices of or the institutes of the Government of India by enacting the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act 1946. In the year 1963, the Central Bureau of Investigation, commonly known as CBI, was established by the Government of India with a view to investigate serious crimes related to the defense of India, corruption at higher places, serious frauds, cheatings and embezzlement, and social crimes, particularly of hoardings, black marketeering and profiteering in essential commodities, having all India and interstate ramification. CBI derives its legal power to investigate crime from the DSPE Act of 1946. Criminal cases which are being handled by the CBI are cases of corruption and fraud committed by the public servants of all central government departments, central public sectors undertaking and central financial institution. Economic crimes including bank frauds, financial frauds, import, export and foreign exchange violation, large-scale smuggling of narcotics, antiquities, cultural properties and smuggling of other contraband items. Special crimes such as cases of terrorism, bomb blast, sensational homicides, kidnapping for ransom and crimes committed by the mafia or the underworld. What are the sections of CBI? The sections of CBI are Anti-Corruption Division, Economic Offence Wing, Special Crime Division, Directorate of Prosecution, Administration, Policy and Coordination Division, Interpol, Systems Division, Central Forensic Science Laboratory. With this, I hope, my dear student, you come to know about the CBI. Some things are clear. How it came into existence, what are its directions and jurisdictions, what they are actually doing. With this, we come to the end of module 3. The Government of India on 28th August 1970 formally established the Bureau of Police Research and Development, commonly known as BPRD, under the Ministry of Home Affairs, giving a new orientation to the existing Police Research and Advisory Council in the 1966 for the following reasons. With the primary objective of modernization of police force, they did some reform. They were to take direct and active interest in the issue of police, to promote a speedy and systemic study of the police problems, to apply science and technology in the methods and techniques used by police. The Bureau was established with the following two divisions, initially with a well laid out charter of duties. One was research, statistics and publication. Second was development. Training was also a vital and growing requirement to improve the competency of police, which were also looking by this BPRD. The Government of India accepted all its recommendation and created a training division in the year 1973. So, in addition to the two earlier divisions, the third training division came into existence within the Bureau. The Forensic Science Services, uncompromising and greasing under the Development Division, grew over a period and created itself as a separate part as a Directorate of Forensic Science, now known as Directorate of Forensic Science Services, which came into existence with the BPRD in the year 1983. Further, in the year 1995, Government of India decided to entrust issues related to correctional administration work, that is a prison system, to the BPRD so that problems related to prison and implementation of deemed prisons reform can be undertaken by this bureau in a cohesive manner. This setup is operating out of the existing manpower resources within that. During the year 2008, the Government of India further decided to create a national police mission under the administrative control of BPRD to transform the police force of the country into effective instrument for maintenance of internal security and facing the challenges in future by equipping them with the necessary material, intellectual and organizational resources. So, my dear student, I hope you now know about the Bureau of Police Research and Development. What are its main objectives, how it was created, and what are the charters. With this, we come to the end of Module 4. The most versatile wing. The Research and Analysis Wing, commonly known as RAW, is the primary foreign intelligence agency of India. It was established in the year 1968 following the intelligence failure of the Sino-Indian and the Indo-Pakistan wars, which persuaded the Government of India to create a specialized independent agency dedicated to foreign intelligence gathering. During the first 9-year tenure under the great leadership of the first director Rameshwar Nath Kao, RAW quickly came to prominence in the global intelligence community, playing a role in major events such as the independence of Bangladesh and the accession of the state of Sikkim to the India. The agency's primary function is to gather foreign intelligence, engaging in counter-terrorism, promoting counter-proliferation, advising Indian policymakers, advancing India's foreign strategic interest. The objectives of RAW. What are the objectives of RAW? The objectives of RAW are monitoring the political, military, economic and scientific developments in countries which have a direct bearing on India's national security and the formulation of its foreign policy. Molding international public opinion and influences in foreign government, covert operations to safeguard India's national interest, anti-terror operations and neutralizing terror elements posing a threat to India. In the past, following the Sino-Indian War of 1962 and due to India's volatile relation with the neighboring countries like Pakistan, RAW's objective had also consisted the following: to watch the development of international communism and the schism between the two big communist nations, the erstwhile Soviet Union and China, to control and limit the supply of military hardware to Pakistan from mostly European countries, American, and most importantly from China and the Gulf countries. Functions of RAW. The primary mission of RAW includes aggressive intelligence collection via espionage, psychological warfare, subversion, sabotage, and assassination. RAW maintains active collaboration with other secret service in various countries. Its contact with FSB of Russia, NDS, the Afghan agencies, the CIA and the MI6 have been well known, a common interest being Pakistan's nuclear program. RAW has been active in obtaining information and operating through third countries like Afghanistan, the United Kingdom, Hong Kong, Myanmar and Singapore. RAW also obtains information critical to India's strategic interest both by overt and covert means. The data is then classified and filed with the assistance of the computer networks. International business houses, information technology sectors and media centers can easily absorb RAW operatives and provide freedom of movement. So my dear student, this was RAW, and with this we come to the end of module 5. Priorities of the police have changed to maintenance of law and order, check of militant and organized criminal gangs, maintenance of VIP security, and handle dharnas and rallies by trade unions and political parties. Rate of crime has also increased and activities of criminals has widened due to use of better communication system and transportation means. There is neither staff nor time for maintenance of crimes record. Harness and exchange of information on criminal operating in neighboring police stations, districts and state has become next to impossible. Then the need was felt to do away with this manual maintenance of records and manual sharing of information of the crime and criminals of inter-district and interstate nature. The computerization and computer network of crime criminal records and the police computer network was considered only viable alternative. Crime records play a vital role in the scheme of police working for prevention and detection of crime. The Indian police over the years have sought to improve the efficiency of the crime record system to discharge their responsibility with greater efficiency and effectiveness. Though police is a state subject under the Indian Constitution, the central government through the Ministry of Home Affairs has been assisting and aiding the states in the modernization of the state police force with the financial aid and through the constitution of study committees and formation of central organization to help state fight the menace of crime more effectively. Accepting the recommendation of the National Police Commission in the year 1977, the Ministry of Home Affairs constituted a task force in the year 1985 to work out the modalities for setting up of National Crime Record Bureau. The government accepted the recommendations of the task force and constituted the NCARB with headquarters at New Delhi in the year January 1986. As per the government resolution dated 11th March 1986, the following were the objectives to set up NCARB. To function as a clearinghouse of information on crime and criminals, including those operating at national and international level, so as to assist the investigators and others in linking crime to their perpetrators. To store, coordinate and disseminate information on interstate and international criminals from and to respective states, national investigating agencies, courts and prosecutors in India without having to refer to the police station records. To collect and process crime statistics at national level. To receive from and supply data to penal and correctional agencies for their task of rehabilitation of criminals, their remand, parole, premature release. To coordinate, guide and assist the functioning of the State Crime Record Bureau. To provide training facilities to personnel of the Crime Records Bureau. To evaluate, develop and modernize Crime Record Bureau. Executive and develop computer-based system for the central police organization and also to cater the data processing and training needs by computerization. to function as the national storehouse of fingerprint records of convicted persons, including fingerprint records of the foreign criminals, to help trace interstate criminals by fingerprint search, to advise center and state governments on matters related to fingerprint and footprint, and to conduct training courses for fingerprint experts. Currently, the NCARB functions through Crime Record Branch, Central Fingerprint Bureau, Statistical Branch, Training Branch, Data Center and Technical Branch. With this, we come to the end of NCARB, and I think you are well versed with the functions of NCARB. They also do the records on the theft of vehicles. Now we move on to our next module. From the ancient time, tribes, empires and countries have accumulated information about other groups in order to reach more informed decision while handling with them. The data is called intelligence, and its collection may well be the second oldest profession in the globe. As from the beginning, modern nations believe that the collection, analytical thinking and utilization of full intelligence will enhance their security in a revolutionary world. 19th century intelligence was mostly minimal and focused on potential enemies, but by the start of 20th century, most global power had both military and civilian intelligence agencies operating in time of sanctity as well as warfare. When the intelligence process works well, when decision makers ask penetrating questions, when collectors and creative are successful, when analysts paint accurate picture, and when political pressures on intelligence agencies are at minimum grade. When these conditions exist, intelligence can and has constituted a valuable contribution to the national security in every land. When the procedure does not mold well, national security may be diminished, and the foreign reaction intelligent activities generate may complicate diplomacy and increase international tension. With all these information here, we come to the end of today's interesting lecture. Do keep in mind what we have discussed today. It's time for you all to do some self-study. This is Professor Devashish Bose signing off for today. If you want to learn more and enhance your knowledge, you may log on to our website for MCQs, quizzes and LORs at www.cec.nic.in. Till then, goodbye and thank you.